What up, peeps and peepettes? MorbTron back today with more Destiny 2, and today we're going to be talking about how you can best prepare for the upcoming January 30th update where Masterwork armor is going to be released with the Iron Banner. Now, you can't really prepare for Iron Banner other than, gathering up your friends and getting them to commit to help you do 4 stacks, try to win as much as possible. Because Iron Banner is going to be an absolute sweat fest, calling it now, folks. But you can prepare to try to get yourself as much Masterwork armor as possible on January 30th. And that would be to save your tokens for the main thing. Best way to do that, I have found, is doing heroic strikes with a good group of people. Right now I'm just doing heroic strikes with random people, so I don't know if they're good or not. But it doesn't really matter. What you want to do is if you have you and your buddies, you want to get prepared for the January 30th update, you go buy yourself a bunch of the Vanguard tokens. And I'm going to just put this little shield up right here. And I'm going to pop one right now, Boon of the Vanguard, and what that's going to give you, if you didn't know, or you didn't care to know beforehand, or you didn't really think about it, what they do is they have a very good chance at giving you just a pack of extra Vanguard tokens. And Vanguard tokens are something you can turn in to Zavala to get legendary gear. Now, it's been a good way so far of farming for Masterwork weapons, but it's going to even be a better way to farm both Masterwork weapons and Masterwork armor at the same time when they release. So, for a while now, the only tokens that I've been turning in... Just died. The only tokens I've been turning in are things like... I've been turning in Trials of the Nine tokens, and of course the Faction Rally tokens, and Weaponsmith, like Banshee 44 tokens. But I have not turned in any tokens for any of the planets, so Mercury, EDZ, Titan, Io, Nessus. I haven't turned in any of those tokens. I don't have an abundance of them because I don't farm those tokens so much. I do farm Vanguard tokens occasionally when I have the drive to actually farm Vanguard strikes. So get your buddies together. If you can pop 3 at a time, each person can pop 1. If you get, 3 stacks of those, or 3 boons of the Vanguard per strike, that's a bonus of 15 extra tokens that you can get, which is a hell of a lot. I mean, combined with what you get from just doing the strike, you're looking at basically a whole turn-in just off of doing 1 strike with the boons going, which is very good. You can also make sure that you're doing the challenges for the strikes daily, and just, any tokens that you can farm up easily. So if you're doing, the call to arms, making sure you're saving those up. I know from last week, go again, dying, being a noob, because I don't really care about what happens in the strike right now. So I'm more interested in my dialogue with you folks. But I feel like I'm kinda, sorta carrying the squad here. Come on, res me. There we go, thank you. Thank you, sir. So I know the game right now, there's not a whole lot of people playing it. They're waiting for the January 30th update, or they might be waiting for DLC 2, or some people are even saying they're going to be waiting until September for the next, yearly deal, big expansion from Bungie to see if they can actually fix the game. But I still have fun. I do have fun, with friends messing around in the game. Crucible has its moments where it can be good, but most of the time it's rough. It's just, if you want to be best prepared for the January 30th update, play the game as you regularly would, but do not spend the tokens on turn-ins. You could turn them in now, and you can save up, Masterwork shards by breaking down weapons that you don't want. but you're wasting 50% of the potential from those tokens in doing so. You know, turning in weaponsmith tokens doesn't really hurt your chances at all because you're only going to get weapons from him anyway. But, you know, if you say... Really? 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 But if you save your tokens for, say, EDZ or Vanguard or Crucible or what have you, you get the, you know, basically double the chances for Masterwork. You get Masterwork armor coming on the 30th, and you can still get Masterwork weapons. And as far as anyone knows right now, they're going to be using the same Masterwork shards. I'd be really dumb of Bungie to add in another resource for you to have to keep in your inventory. I wouldn't put them past it, but I don't really see a reason for them to have it be that way. There's no good reason for that to be a thing, so saving up these tokens so that you can get possibly double the Masterwork shards to, you know, maybe make your favorite set of armor all Masterwork to see what that can do for you, either in the Crucible or in the raids or whatever, Prestige Nightfall, you know, Heroic Adventures, that sort of thing. Right now, the most... definitely not the most rewarding content, but some of the most difficult content that I have run into would be soloing Heroic Adventures. Not that they're super difficult to complete, but they are, you know, there is that timer that you get bonus loot for completing it within a certain amount of time. And it is really hard to get that solo. At least it is for me. I'm sure there's, you know, PvE gods out there that have no time at all, and they're probably thinking to themselves, MorbTron, you're a scrub. You know, I can solo those things and get the bonus loot in my sleep. You know, whew, that was a close one. So why don't you just uninstall? And you know what? To those people, I say good for you. You know, but for me, soloing a heroic adventure and actually completing it with the 5 minutes to spare, depending on which one it is, can be pretty difficult. And I think it'd be a lot easier if you were able to use, say, a roaming super. Ouch. Ouch. I totally took... Yeah, your super's kind of worthless, bud. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's going to be made easier with the Masterwork armor. You know, being able to have higher armor in your super, being able to, you know, give yourself more recovery, more resilience than your gear would usually allow base. So I'm really excited for Masterwork armor and all the things coming on the January 30th update, but the Masterwork armor is definitely the biggest thing. Let's take a selfie. Let me take a selfie. That's probably my favorite emote. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. What do you think Masterwork armor is going to be doing for the game? You know, is it something that's going to be even slightly game changing? Do you think it's going to completely change the game? You know, what are your thoughts on it? Personally, I think it is going to provide a fairly significant change to the game as far as the Crucible goes, but I don't really think it's going to change much in the game as far as, like, in the raid. I don't feel super weak in the raids, even prestige raids, when I pop my super. I feel pretty weak in the raids, especially prestige raid, when I get surrounded by a bunch of ads. But while I'm in my super, I feel pretty much invulnerable. So I don't think it's going to change much as far as the raid goes. But definitely PvP. I think it has the potential to change that quite a bit, because right now, especially with hunters, you can get shut down out of your super so easily if you're not really, really careful about when, where, and how you use them. So, I'll just make the supers more versatile, make supers more viable. You know, right now, Arc Strider, some people can pull it off. Some people can. I know what you're thinking, you know, but right now, for someone the average person, I would say Arc Strider is pretty weak. You know, Stormcaller, although stronger than Arc Strider, is definitely a lot weaker in D2 than it was in D1. In D1, it seemed nigh impossible to shut down a Stormcaller, but D2, it seems a lot easier. It seems like, you know, you move a lot slower unless you have the top tree without arc buddies, which if you want to use your super in a Crucible scenario, pretty sure you have. I mean, I do if I want to use my super as a Stormcaller. And really, we're not gonna time this rocket. There we go, and perfect timing on that rocket. It's still not going to prevent his shield. Just kind of like, all the cheeses that me and my buddies do in these heroic strikes. I just don't feel like a lot of people know about them. You know, damage that guy as much as you possibly can. Pretty much ignore all the ads, waste all your rockets, and you don't even have to you don't even have to deal with any of this garbage. The strike could be over by now, but you know that's not the case. Let's take this guy down, make him burn. Man, this thing is weak. This is another weapon that's getting an update come January 30th. They are fixing this gun so it's not so incredibly terrible. Are you bringing the thing over there, sir? Or do I have to pick it up for you? Okay, thank you. You did something. Good job. Alright, now I'm going to pop my super, and we're going to try to end this guy. Come on. You know you want to fall over and die. And there we go. Took him down. A lot of puppers everywhere still. Oh, ouch. 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 Yep, Thresher. Yep, there's a Thresher there. So that's, you know, that's kind of what I'm thinking, guys. You know, save up your tokens, turn in for a bunch of Masterwork armor, come the 30th, and kick some butt in Iron Banner. And hopefully all will be better within the game. Hopefully people come back to the game. Because right now, I'm really missing a lot of the community. You know, having to wait 5 minutes for a Crucible quick play match is, it's pretty boring. But that is going to be it for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please leave a like. If you have anything to add, anything to say, put it in the comment section down below. I'd love, like I said, I'd love to hear what you guys think about what Masterwork armor is going to be doing to the game. If there's any other ways that you guys are preparing, like going as far as like holding legendary engrams to the side, waiting for the 30th to come, that sort of thing. You know, if you have any other ways to prepare, let me know what you guys are doing. But do not forget to have a good day, everybody, and I will catch you all next time.